The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome to The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and thanks so much for joining me. Folks, I absolutely love being here with you, and it is fantastic Friday. Hopefully you're off to a great start of your day, your work day. Now, for all of you folks over across the pond, your day's coming to an end in a couple of hours, and we're certainly going to go take a look at the markets over in Europe and Asia. Let's see, it's 9 o'clock. They're already out at the bars. They're partying. They're having a good Friday over there. I'm sure if we start off in Asia, last night you had the Nikkei down 2%, down 180 points. The Hang Seng was off 1%, down 175 points, and the Shanghai off 12 points, down 0.5%. Over in Europe, the party hasn't started just yet. You got the DAX off 25 points, 0.4%. FTSE down the same, 0.4%, down 24.11. But we're going to go take a look and see what those indexes are doing, although they are partying in Spain. It ain't raining in Spain. The Spain index, the IBEX, is up 1.4%. What's up with that? King Dollar's up. King Dollar's up 70 cents right now, trading out at 82.81. You got gold down $9. That's after being down quite a bit more in the early morning. 15.79 is what gold is trading out at. Silver struggling. Hi-ho silver struggling a little bit more, down 36 cents out at 28.16. Our futures markets. You got the Dow off about 38 points right now. In the futures market, got the ES Mini down at 1307.50. Down really not even 0.2%. You got the NASDAQ down a couple of points, not even a full percent, not even 0.1% just yet. Russell 2000 down 90 cents. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. And fantastic Friday. It's going to be quite a weekend. You got a potential Kentucky Derby Triple Crown race. That's going to be on Saturday. We're going to have a great game in New Jersey. That's right. So you got the LA Kings against the New Jersey Devils, and you're going to have Boston playing Miami Saturday night. So it's going to be a Saturday night of sports, that's for sure. And Boston just kind of fell on the sword yesterday. Apparently they wanted to get more revenues in, and so they're bringing it to Game 7. Nothing like a Game 7 in any kind of a sport or anything in life. Sometimes maybe this is your Game 7 when it comes to trading, and it's really all about change. So it is fantastic Friday. Let's just take a look at the markets here. We'll start off looking at the markets. I'm actually going to go ahead and flip over to the daily chart on the index futures, just to give you an idea of where the line is drawn in the sand, because you can clearly see it here, and what you're seeing is the 4 different quadrants. So we're taking a look at, in the upper left, you're looking at the Dow futures. In the upper right, you're looking at the NASDAQ futures. Lower left, Russell 2000 futures. And lower right, the S&P 500 futures. What you're seeing there in each of those cases is you're seeing a trend line drawn from really the most significant, not most significant, but let's say we're taking a look. If you take a look in the lower left, we'll just start with the Russell 2000. We'll take a look at the highs put in there on May Day, May 1st. The Russell 2000 had traded up to 829, and that is really my first touch point as I'm drawing a trend line. I'll go ahead and expand this out for you. You too can do it if you are following us on the home game, which means you'd want to also watch us on TigerTV. So if you're listening on the radio, we absolutely do appreciate that. You can always catch an archive of this show on Channel 9. So we're going to start with the high of May 1st, 829 buckaroonies. And we're going to go all the way down to the May 30th high, which is at 777.20. And so that's just really, the current trend line. And you can see clearly we're making lower highs and lower lows. What does that mean, folks? That means we're absolutely in a bearish leg, in a down leg, whatever it is that you want to take a look at it. The trend is your friend, and the trend at this stage is down. Now, the line is drawn in the sand. What the Russell 2000 futures were able to do yesterday, they were able to get into that May 29 swing point. They rejected price, and they certainly closed right back inside that trend line, a little bit lower than that trend line. Today, what do you have happening? You've got the attack on the Russell 2000 futures trying to get back and test the top of that trend line. You can see here how the bulls are in control at this stage. Why do I say that? If you just simply take a look at the candle here, you will see that the bears were able to push the futures down this morning down to the 748.80 area, and futures are trading up. Not towards the high of the session, but at 755, the high of the session being 757. So not that far off. If we go take a look at the other futures contracts, let's go take a look at the Dow. The Dow yesterday closing above the trend line. Now again, the trend line that I'm using on the Dow is the high from May Day, May 1st, out there at 13,284. The next touch point that I'm using here is May 30th, just like we did on the Russell 2000. That's at 12,588. So when you take a look at that trend, and it's a short-term trend. Of course, it's 1 month at this stage, 1 month and a week if we go right to the day. And what you can see, downtrend, absolutely. Now, what did we have? You had the Dow futures yesterday, even though it was really 8 stocks. 7 of 8 stocks. It was 7 of 8 stocks in the Dow that were able to push the Dow up. So, in the underlining of the marketplace, it's absolutely weak. We're looking for a bounce, looking for a better reward to risk area in order to be able to go short this market. I think the market wants to try to bounce today. And, we'll take a look at why. We'll take a look at with the euro is getting absolutely smoked this morning. And same with the pound. We'll take a look at the currencies. King dollar again up 74 cents. With the futures, something's going to give here, folks. And it's either going to be the market or it's going to be King dollar's going to pull back. The people for whatever reason are going to buy the euro. And it's really always about change. Folks, there's 2 things that drive change. And you want to understand this. It's not just about yourself. It's really about the marketplace. And there's really 2 things that are always going to drive change. And the quicker that you understand this, maybe the easier it is for you to be able to trade these markets. And what we use is we use tools to understand at least the first item. That first item is called desperation. And desperation, when it comes to these markets, is nothing more than the Fibonacci summation sequence. When you're taking a look at expansion, you expand so much and then the bubble bursts. Well, when it comes to life, or maybe when it comes to these markets, it's called desperation. When you get to desperation, you're about to throw in the towel. That's when people usually will find some type of solution because nobody wants to throw in the towel. And that's so again, there's two reasons why people actually go ahead, and it says, I call it the sources of change. And the other one is inspiration. And I hope that, I know just simply from the letters and emails that I get on a continuous basis, and I do appreciate everyone that does write to me. I return all emails and just simply keep those cards and letters coming, and it's inspiration that is the second source of change. And I hope that I'm able to inspire you one way or another, because desperation is no fun. And in this case here, we're inspired by the Dow futures with regard to what they did yesterday, even though it was 7 of 8 stocks that pushed the Dow futures up. When we take a look at, and there were more that were positive, but just simply the top 8 stocks inside the Dow represent 52% of the actual index. So that was really all that we really needed to take a look at. And you have the Dow futures, in this case here, getting up above the trend line this morning, testing it right now out at 12,355. Things look maybe worse than they are. If you only watch the TV screen and you didn't pay attention to the stock charts, how the heck would you know where you're going? It would be like listening to radio, not having any clue where your destination is, and just hopping in the car and driving and having no directional signs. Now, maybe you have you got your own compass because you can take a look at the stars or the sun or the moon or something like that, and you can drive. But, folks, it's so much easier when you have a triptych in front of you. And that is what we take a look at, our AAA triptych. Try saying that a few times. Now, what are we taking a look at for the Dow futures? The Dow futures, getting into the swing point of May 29th. The low there is 12,599. They haven't gotten up there yet this morning, but they're going to try. They're absolutely going to try. If we go take a look at the other 2 contracts out there, we'll take a look at the ES Mini here. First, ES Mini, you can see the line drawn in the sand. You can see the ES Mini really trading right along that trend line. Again, the trend line here is starting May Day, May 1st. Top out there is 1411.75. That next touch point for you is May 30th. The high there, 1334.25. You can see yesterday got above it, got actually into that May 29th area, closed below it. Today you're up, again, you can see right now that who's in control here. Right now, as we speak, the Bulls are in control. You had the Bears push the ES Mini down to a low of 12.9875. They didn't like being submerged down there, and so the Bulls have pushed it up. Not, you're just the actual high, 13.1125, so you're 5 points away from that. And let's go take a look to round this session out here. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ futures, the NQ. We take a look at the NQ. What we're going to do is, first we got to grab the right corner. And we take a look at the NASDAQ futures. We're starting here. Mayday, of course, right? So the top is 27.53. In this case here, actually, I probably should really redraw this. Let me redraw this. Let's do that because I don't like the first drawing here. So we're going to go from May 1st. We're going to keep this consistent. May 1st down to May 30th, right? May 30th. We're going to have to, there we go, May 30th. You can see NASDAQ futures here getting, and right, the NASDAQ, folks, has been the leader on the way up, the leader on the way down. Take a look at the NASDAQ futures here, busting through that trend line, doing it a couple trading sessions ago. Folks, the market wants to bounce. It's as simple as that. Got to get the king and the queen, though, in order here real soon. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on TigerTV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you gain access to each host charts and computer screen as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, Dave White, Larry Pesavento, or Victor Jones, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV yet, then visit TFNN.com today to see what you're missing.
Stock market corrections are the number one reason that a buy and hold investment strategy produces the poorest results, and I have 73 years of data that proves it. Now, the good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. And if you're one of the 70% of American households relying on their 401ks and IRAs for retirement, you need the single strategy that is bulletproof against the turmoil of our stock markets. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Under Breaking News, click on Success is a Numbers Game to receive this must-have free report. This bulletproof strategy may be days away from giving the next signal. Don't neglect your retirement, and don't neglect this signal. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then go to TFNN.com to order your free copy of Success is a Numbers Game today. Implement the disciplines contained in this report, and success will be yours for the taking.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll you'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
It's that time of year again, and the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway is back. Every day in June, Monday through Friday, we'll be giving away a Great Panther Silver 1-ounce silver bar, and all you have to do to enter is visit the front page of TFNN.com and fill out your entry. Great Panther Silver and TFNN wishing you a great start to the summer. Sign up today to have a chance to win a 1-ounce silver bar during the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway the whole month of June at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures down about 59 points. And being Fantastic Friday, we've got a treat for you. Following this show, Tom and I will be back together doing the Money Masters show. But the treat is, and you know, we've got a great education program going on today. There are, it's a standing room only in Basil's online Master Trader course, which is, I think it has begun, or maybe it begins here in about 5 minutes. And so while Basil is out, we've got Larry Pesavento, who is stepping in to cover for Basil today. Larry will be with us from 11 to 12. And then this is always a day about health and wealth. So we've covered the wealth part of it. And now at 12 to 1, we go to Nico DeHaan. Make sure you get your cup of Tiger Butter Brew and get ready for Nico's show from 12 to 1. The David White Band, the warm-up band for Tom O'Brien, who will be here from 4 to 6. So it's a great Friday for sure. Now, if we take a look at greatness, it's the king. So we're taking a look at the king dollar. We're taking a look at the dollar index here, trading up towards its session highs at 82.89 right now. What did the dollar index do yesterday? Well, the dollar index yesterday coming down and testing that January 13th swing point. That low is, or the high actually, 82.04. What the king did yesterday is it got down and tested that area. It actually got down to a price of 81.96, rejected it. It's bouncing up this morning. What type of bounce it's doing? Just really a normal bounce. Let's just simply switch down into the and folks, it's always good to be able to take a look at charts. You want to, whatever you're trading, if you trade a daily chart, then you want to go both down and up just to understand what's going on. When I say down and up, you know, you can go down to a 60-minute chart. You can go to a 30-minute chart. When you go up, you want to go, if you're on a daily, go to a weekly, go to a monthly to understand what is exactly going on with the trade at that stage, what's going on with the pattern. And so we're going to do that thing as well. Do that thing. We're going to go ahead and do that as well. We're taking a look here at the 30-minute chart on King Dollar. What you are seeing is that the King is up against its .618 retracement. That's the exact same suite that you're going to visit us here in downtown Clearwater when you come visit TFNN.com. You're going to come to Suite 618. We know that that is a natural area of support or resistance. In this case here, it's a natural area of resistance. Well, what else do we have there? We've got one of those Fibonacci summation expansion numbers, 2.618. That is a beautiful thing. When you have that coming together with a .618, it is a natural area of either support or resistance. In this case here, this happens to be a Gartley sell. So it's going to be an area of resistance. You can see that price point, 82.91, that's where you've got that everything coming together. What did King Dollar do during the 9:20 session here? Why does it say 9:20? With 9:20 session, because that's why I've got my everything set on my system. So at 9:20, what does King Dollar get up to? 82.92. 82.92 versus 82.91. Do you think that's important to understand your retracements, your expansion numbers? I know that it is. Now, this area here fails, which it absolutely can. This area could fail. Then you're going to see King Dollar go up to that next level. That next level, 83.17. And, of course, that's all going to be about the Queen. But let's just go take a look, go one more step higher. Let's go take a look at that monthly chart. And you can see King Dollar absolutely having broken out, having broken out for sure of this long-term downtrend channel. Now, this is a little bearish harami up here, so it makes sense that you're going to see the king, try to pull back a bit. That's what's really behind the bounce. At least the bounce that looks like is on our triptych at the moment here. But yet you can see that the king has absolutely broken out of that trend channel. There's other ways to take a look at that. In fact, I'll switch over to it. And I want to say thank you to everybody out there that has taken advantage, gone to the homepage of TFNN.com and ordered the free report that I put out there for you. It's still up there on the webpage. If you haven't done it, please do yourself a favor. Join. We are really close to 1,000. Really close to 1,000 downloads, which is great. We just simply released this last Friday, so we've had it's been quite successful, and that's great because my outcome is to be able to touch as many people as possible and for you to be able to pass it on. Don't hold all that good information to yourself, folks. Please pass that on to others. Now, I was thinking out here, I had the dollar index, so I was going to show you that tool on the dollar index as well. And I know that it's here. There we go. Let's see, where's the dollar index? Here we go. So the dollar index, if you use just that same tool as well to tell you when to be in, when to tell you to be out of the markets, and that's really what it's all about, at least with regard to managing your long-term funds, folks. And I guarantee you've got friends, you've got people that have been sitting on the fence, with regard to this market. And folks, that is not what you want to do. I don't care which side of the fence you get on. You got to get off the fence at some point in time. Look at this. King Dollar gave that signal that in September 2011, the king was on its way northward. Still going to be doing that today, folks. Well, still going to be doing that. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when temporary market spikes move against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the advantage of keeping your trades open even when the market temporarily spikes against you. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique short-term binary options that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And they're off to the races. You got the Dow down 50 points right now, giving back all of its gains from yesterday. You got the S&P off 5 points. That's 0.4%. Trading out at 1309. Composite out at 2819. 0.4% on the way down. Russell 2000 off 0.5%. 0.5%. How about that? 0.5%. 3.7 points. Trading out at 756.64. On the active list, you've got Microsoft down at 9 cents. Intel up 4 ticks. Google off $3. Cisco off 7 cents. Apple down $1.37. Trading out at 570.35. If we take a look at what's popping and what is dropping. Popping today, you got Molina Health. I thought they were to the downside yesterday. Could be wrong on that. That wouldn't be the first, won't be the last time that I am wrong on something. Molina Health right now up 24%, up $4 and change. Let me see, what is it that they've got here? I'm pretty sure they were down yesterday. We're going to go take a look at that stock and see what is behind this. I do not see what is behind the move to the upside. So MOH, they are the leader in the clubhouse, up $4.36. Franciscus Holdings, FRAM, we took a look at them yesterday in the aftermarket. They are up 17%, up $3.80. Centen Corp, CNC, up 8% right now, up $2.77. You've got China Trans Information, CTFO. Oh, there we go. CTFO, they're up 81 cents. That's up 17%, 81 cents. So it's a stock at $5.33. Walmart trading up 1%, up at 74 cents right now. In fact, let's go quickly take a look at the Dow. Let's see, what do we have inside the Dow right now? You got the Dow mostly red. You got Procter & Gamble up 34 cents. You've got Walmart up 81 cents. Disney up a nickel. Merck up 11 cents. Kraft Foods up 8. Verizon up 20 cents. AT&T up 23 cents. Intel up 3. On the way down, the leader in the clubhouse, IBM off $1. Not anything big there. Caterpillar down $1 as well. Chevron off 35 cents. McDonald's getting hammered. You know, I don't think McDonald's has got a lot of Happy Meals in their stock holdings. Let's go take a look at McDonald's here. We'll just switch over to these charts. MCD, if you're trying to follow along on your charts at home, MCD is the ticker symbol. And the McDonald's is gapping down. We got to refresh the screen here just to make sure I've got the accurate. Well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Let me grab McDonald's and expand that out so that you can see it if you're watching us on Tiger TV or catching the archive. So let's refresh the screen here. Make sure we've got all of the right data. We do. McDonald's gapping down this morning. Is that possible? Let's see, June 7th? Sure is. So gapping down, it's trading out at 86.12. What did McDonald's do yesterday? So McDonald's came back. McDonald's had a confirmed A to B equals CD down. That confirmation, that first, we're taking a look at the smaller A to B equals CD down here. So taking a look at that small leg, I'm starting at the high of May Day, May 1st. The high out in McDonald's was 98.01. McDonald's travels in a straight line all the way down to the B point on May 17th, where it gets to a low of 89.50. Does that with 9 million shares as it makes that B point, as it makes that low. The type of retracement that it does, well, let's find out exactly, but it looks like a 0.382 retracement off of that leg. Doesn't even do a 0.382 retracement. That says McDonald's has energy to the downside. And the proof just continues to be in the pudding. I don't know if McDonald's sells pudding, but it certainly is in the pudding of something. And the proof in the pudding here, the B point, 9 million shares. You gap down through it. Actually, you kind of closed below it with 6.8 million shares on May 31st. But like when you come back to the market the next day, on the next trading session, June 1st, you gap down 10 million shares. Takes out that B point with volume, sort of wide price spread and accelerated volume. Not totally accelerated, but still enough to confirm an A to B equals CD down. You go back up yesterday, test that area with 8 million shares today, and it's only been trading for 8 minutes, but you already have 1.7 million shares out of the McDonald's balloon. Not a lot of Happy Meals. So where's McDonald's actually headed to? Well, as you know, folks, what we have to do is come take a look at some of these high volume bars out here. So on the daily, what that says is the price range where you have some support, 18 million shares, is going to be at the 86.46 level. That's where it's trading right now, 86.14. Where's the low of that? 83.65. So 83.65 is really the next mark. Now, when I say you had volume there, that was also a downdraft. So expect the low of that to be hit. And that wasn't really that long ago. September 9th, 2011. That's a great day in the world, in my opinion. And so expect that the low of that candle, September 9th, to be hit. That was 83.65. That just is a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. McDonald's wants to trade lower. Bottom line, let's go take a look at the weekly chart, see what's out there on the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, here's a danger sign, Will Robinson. Let's just refresh the screen, make sure we got the right volume bars out here. And it looks like we do. So where McDonald's actually wants to trade to is 77.59 to 73.59. That is the volume bar from January 7th, 2011 on the weekly chart. Now, if we just go take our Fibonacci expansion retracement area, what you're going to see down there, 67.22 is the 0.618, and so 67.22 to 72.14. That's where McDonald's is headed to. It's at 85.92 right now, folks. So if you're in that, you probably ought to make sure you've got a stop in place. And how would you figure out where that stop would be in place? Well, one thing you could do is go over to the homepage of TFNN.com, and you could, of course, you want to go to some spot different than that. If you went to the homepage of TFNN.com, what you would do, folks, is in the left-hand side, there's a little thing we call it's a carousel here. And if you use the down arrow right now, at the bottom, you'll see the power of position sizing. Go there. It's a special tool. It'll help you understand what the average true range of any stock is. You certainly want to understand that. And it's free. You can use it for 30 days. There's a video that goes along with it. It'll teach you about how to properly position size. And, of course, as long as you're over there, go to that button there. It says free special report, or underneath breaking news, success is a numbers game, and order my free report. That is something that you want to absolutely have. So that's on McDonald's. Let's go back and see what is popping and what's dropping. Yum Brands are dropping to the downside. Yum Brands having trouble, as I recall, earlier in the week. Let's go take a look at the food sector, YUM. And Yum Brands is yummy. I think they have several franchises out there. Yum Brands having confirmed an ABCD down in a big way, and it did that on June 1st. 13 million shares, gap down, passing its B point from May 18th, which had 4.6 million shares. Now that, folks, that is what we call wide price spread, accelerated volume. And that's what you have inside Yum Brands. Yum Brands making in that next trading session, making that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD down. That took you to 62.69. That was the price projection. Of course, it gets down to 62.77. Boy, you got to love that. Yum Brands, folks, up at the highs, 8 million shares, $74.44. Yum Brands, what's held it in its place at this stage is, of course, a high-volume bar. That high-volume bar going back to February 7th, 2012, 12 million shares there. That was the last, if you will, somewhat sign of strength there. And be careful because those institutions, may be unloading. And really what Yum Brands is setting up, it's setting up lower price. And when you talk about lower price, Yum Brands wants to come all the way back to the October 5th area, 14 million shares in the $50 price point area. So Yum Brands this morning, if you take a look at volume coming out of that balloon, we have, 13 minutes in the session. Yum Brands has done 1.2 million shares. And that's after doing 13 million shares in 6.5 hours on June 1st. Not looking good for Yum Brands. If we go take a look at what is popping to the upside, we've got FRAN, Francescus Holdings. I believe that was a retailer for women out there. FRAN, let me see. Here we go. I've got that. Doesn't look like it's anything that great here. Well, hold on a minute here. Okay, so it looks like this is an IBD stock, I believe. So we've got the IBD cult stock up here, I believe, and this was a IPO from July 22nd, 2011. Has had a couple of signs of strength. Last time was a gap up on March 14, 2012, gapped up with 3.3 million shares. Let's see what kind of volume you've got in it today, 716,000 shares in 14 minutes. So not too bad out there. What is that going into? It's going into this downdraft, though. The high on that downdraft, 28.05. You're 27.65 right now. 5.7 million shares on the way down. On the gap up, folks, you had 3.3 million shares. What does that say to you? It says be careful if you are in Francescus Holdings. Let's go take a look at that MOH, Molina Health. I want to see, because I was pretty sure that they were getting hammered this week. Oh, yes, they were. So here we go. So you got Molina Health. This number 2 in the clubhouse, up 23%. It's up 23% this morning. So 21.92. How can that possibly be? It can't be. So there's something wrong with the system out here, because there's no way that should be up. It says it's up $4, 21.98. That is not what I'm showing. Molina Health continuing its move to the downside. Yesterday, absolutely getting the kibosh. 8 million shares to the downside. That confirming an A to B equals CD. Down your B point here would be April 11th, 2012, when it did 1.8 million shares. If we take a look at the ABC down on this equity, that is going to set you up somewhere in the area of $15.47, somewhere in that range. Where does that take you back to? Well, folks, all the way back to October 2011. So you can see these stocks are setting up one at a time. ABC Downs taking you back into that October 2011 time frame. CNC, they're up 8% this morning. Let's go take a look at that stock chart. That is Centen Corp, CNC. That had quite a bit of volume yesterday and not a lot of price movement. Yesterday it did 5.2 million shares. Again, let me just refresh, make sure we're looking at active data here. Something is not right with the system. It is trading out at 35.50, and that's what I'm showing in the system. And but why is this thing showing to the upside? Very, very. This must be Freaky Friday. It's not just Fabulous Friday, but when it comes to my system here, it's looking like it's Freaky Friday. This thing closed yesterday at 37.83, 37.33. Trading out right now at 35.47. Somebody call eSignal for me, would you? Tell them they've got their system is a little bit messed up, and it's making me look bad in front of you at TFNN. Oh, that's okay. We can make do. I'll just pay attention to the screen, not so much with regard to the data coming through the system. So let's go take a look at the ETFs. Now that we've been trading for a full 17 minutes, let's look at the 5-minute sessions and see what it is we've got here. Oh, on the 5-minute sessions, we've got a Stevie hammer. We've got it on the diamonds. We've got it on the Qs. We've got it on the small caps. And looks like we got it on the SPY, so across the board. Let's start with the Qs, see what we have going on out here. I'm going to say Apple's down to $1.63, but maybe I'm having a data feed issue, so we're not going to rely on that. We'll just go look at charts here. So you do have a hammer candle again on the 5-minute session. Now what you'd want to see here is you'd want to see a close above 62.06 to give you confirmation. Only at 62.04 right now, so it's got 2 minutes of giddy up in it. And folks, do you hope that there's going to be a Triple Crown winner out there? I do. That would be kind of cool. Who was the last Triple Crown winner? That I don't. It's been quite some time. I don't remember. I think that race probably goes off around 6 o'clock or so. And so that's the name of the race. I'm not, the only horse race I ever bet on was a firm. Thank you, Christy. The only horse race, well, I can't say it's the only horse race. That would be disingenuous. The first horse race that I ever bet on, I actually had a tip. I was a young kid at the time, and we weren't even old enough to bet, but I looked the part. And some friends of mine and I, we got to it was the Detroit racetrack. But what was it called? It wasn't called the Detroit racetrack. Maybe it was called the DRC. It could have been called the Detroit racetrack. And so it wasn't just the winner. It was like a trifecta or perfecta. I think it was a perfecta. Could have been trifecta. And I go to the window and I give put my money, give them the numbers, holding the ticket, put the ticket in my pocket, and sure enough, it came in just like it was supposed to. And I went to the window to cash that ticket in, and sure enough, I screwed up. I transposed the numbers. Folks, that was my omen to say, you know what? Horse racing may not be, if I couldn't get it with good information, maybe horse racing wasn't my deal. Of course, you really don't want to be a prisoner of your past. You don't want to you want to be a pioneer of your future, folks. At least that is my opinion. So, but horse racing is not my deal. So you got this hammer candle. Let's go see here. Quickly put up the expansions or contractions, see if we have anything out here. And and you do have a 0.382 and a 1.272 expansion. That is a beautiful thing, folks. That is the Qs on the 5-minute chart. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. You've heard Basil Chapman on the air hosting the Tiger Technicians Hour and always wondered what's behind his powerful Chapman wave. Well, Basil has just announced a one-day online master trader course where he'll explain his Chapman Wave methodology in detail so that you can learn how to chart Basil's one-of-a-kind formation techniques in real time while the market is open. Not only do you get a full-day online master trader course with Basil during live market hours, but by signing up now, you also get a free month of his newsletter, The Opening Call, a $128 value, along with access to his Moving Averages webinar, another $99 value. This online course takes place Friday, June 8th, and will be archived so you can view it as many times as you like for 30 days following the course. Make sure you take advantage of this one-of-a-kind Master Trader course with Basil Chapman during live market hours by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and reserving your spot today. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And is the market going to be the little engine that could? Or is it going to be the little engine that should? I don't even know where that came from. Don't even know that makes sense. But if you take a look at the markets here, you got the Dow off 33 points right now. You've got the S&P off 4, composite down 9, small caps off 4. And if we take a look at, had a request to take a look at Tractor Supply, TSCO. The thing is, I don't know whether the person is in, out, looking to get in. So much easier just to give me a call, folks, here at the, and I know, I know there's always some anxiousness in making a call. One of the things that you should do each and every day, folks, always stretch yourself. Do something that makes you feel a little uncomfortable. I mean, if you want growth in your life, do something that makes you feel uncomfortable. That is the way that you grow, and I can understand you pick up the phone, you call in here, and there's always some anxiousness. Look, I remember that. I used to have that feeling all the time. And so that's why I didn't call in very often. But I understand that feeling. But, let me help you do something, so that you get over that. Because when you do something, when you do that, you build up muscle. And speaking of building up muscle, you want to turn into the Nico DeHaan show today from 12 to 1. He'll help you build up muscle. Because following this show, you've got myself and Tom doing the Money Masters. And then we go to Larry Pesavento today from 11 to 12. So if we take a look at Tractor Supply out here, if you are not in this stock, I do not recommend getting in this stock at all. It's had some, it's had a pretty significant volume off of the top candle here on May 29th. Came down with 4.5 million shares. I really don't know how to get a read on the next trading session on May 31st. With 4.7 million shares there. But this thing does not look like, it looks like to me the next volume area where this could head to is really the breakout. So I would wait until it gets into the January 12th area. The high is 80.56. You'd really want to take a look at Tractor Supply when it gets down to January 11th. The high of $74 or maybe the low of $72.50, and you'd like to see it coming in there. Now, the ideal trade, see it coming in there on less than 589,000 shares. Of course, what you're really gauging off of is the 3.2 million. But you got to be careful with this thing with volume off the top here. This looks scary to me, and this is not looking to me to be a buy whatsoever. So, they're just picking these things off one at a time. So the bounce is underway. And, of course, people say, well, Steve, how can you say that? Well, let's simply just go take a look at the DAX. One of the things I can say is with the King and the Queen doing what they're doing, and King Dollar right now being up 74 ticks, our market should be down much, much more than it is. Way much more than 27 points on the Dow. And so, you've got and it's Friday. It's the first day of summer. So if you can push a market around, today is certainly the day. Expect a light volume day out there. And never trust a light volume high in a bear market. Just like never trust a low in a bull market on a Friday. So if you do take a look at the DAX out here, the DAX trading out right now at 6104 off of its session lows, kind of a spinning top there candle. And, it's kind of like the line drawn in the sand here. But it's trading off of its session lows. If we go take a look at the FTSE, over in the UK, the bulls are stepping in, trying to push the FTSE up, trading out right now at 54.14. That's, it's halfway, it's the midpoint. Its high today was 54.47. If we take a look at, let's just drop down to a 10-minute chart on the FTSE, see if it is trying to expand or anything to the upside. So you can see, certainly the FTSE is, after it's open here, trying to push higher. Folks, thanks for being here. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next. Have a terrific weekend. I'll look forward to, if you're taking off, I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday morning. And do not be a prisoner of your past, folks. Just be a pioneer of your future. Take care.